Hey guys, HDvee here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got even more Pokemon Home update details to go over that you may have missed in the latest patch for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. A lot of stuff to break down today. If you're excited for the video though, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we cover in today's video. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, we're going to be talking about the whole move pool situation for Pokemon Home and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We've got Joe Merrick here tweeting out saying, in case you were wondering, no moves do not transfer between Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Had someone check by putting Toxic on Cresselia in Pokemon Sword and Shield and moving it into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and Toxic can't be relearned in Pokemon Home for it. So yeah, that dream is dead, which is very, very unfortunate because we were just thinking that this whole move relearner situation was going to be really, really good. But in reality, it's not actually that great. He actually got it a little wrong here, though, because Cresselia does not learn Toxic in Sword and Shield, BDSP, Legends Arceus, or Scarlet and Violet. So that was assumed by the wording in the official release. What is unknown is moves like Scold, returning to Toxapex, etc. And my biggest question, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Event, Roost, Piplup, can it be transferred to Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet with that move? Apologies, I meant in Sun and Moon, but it was in Sword and Shield with Toxic. Does this mean that event moves are dead? No, Pokemon Home keeps track of them, so they'll still display if you select the Sword and Shield or Bank options, but you can't use them in Scarlet and Violet. So if you do send an event Pokemon into Pokemon Sword and Shield, it just won't be able to use that move. Which is, again, very, very unfortunate. We have Lutu also talking about this here, saying, so event Pokemon can't relearn their moves in Pokemon Home for future games. It's so over. Why would they add a move relearner in Pokemon Home that doesn't actually relearn it from that individual Pokemon's moveset? It doesn't feel so good. Pokemon Sword and Shield are going to be the last games forever where moves not learnable within that game wouldn't get wiped during transfer. They literally have Pokemon Home retain this information even still, so what is stopping my guys from keeping their moves in the future? It doesn't really make sense. The fact that Pokemon Home retains that information but then isn't available to like relearn it, it just doesn't make any sense. It feels like it's more difficult to make this happen than it would be just to allow them to like relearn it and stuff like that. It can't be for competitive balance since they actively curate the metagame with ban lists and have formats where they ban transfer Pokemon and sets to begin with. It can't be because those moves don't exist in the game, because Pokemon Sword and Shield does this just fine but grays them out. So unfortunate for ones like this and the Roar of Time Darkrai removing what made them special. They're literally giving away Happy Hour Zoroark right now, like what is happening? So it's just unfortunate, really. Like there's been a lot of talk about this whole move pool situation kind of thing, and it just seems like it isn't that great, really. We just thought it was going to be a lot better than it actually was. We also have this bug here as well for Pokemon Home. Again, hopefully this all gets patched soon, but transferring from Pokemon Home into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet can result in a bugged display for a Pokemon's ID number, which means that this can happen. So this happens because pre-Generation 9, you could have zeros at the beginning and end of your trainer ID. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet changed that, but they didn't think to update the game logic with Pokemon Home transfer Pokemon, so your Pokemon's ID display gets the zeros trimmed. So this Mewtwo's TID is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And then all of N's Pokemon from Black 2 and White 2 still show up as 2 when transferred. Keep in mind that this is purely an aesthetic oversight. The TID isn't deleted or anything, but I don't know how they didn't consider this. So yeah, you might get some funny looking bugged Pokemon, which again is just another oversight from Pokemon. And then also another tweet here by Joe Merrick. Don't forget, if you're building the Pokemon Go decks in Pokemon Home, prep a Primeape, Bishop, Girafarig, and Dunsparce from Pokemon Go and send it over. Evolve in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and you'll have the Go mark for those Pokemon, and then they can be added into the Pokemon Go decks in Home before they're added to Pokemon Go. So yeah, you can just kind of get a step up on everything and just sort yourself out if you are trying to do this like Pokemon Go Home Pokedex thing. Moving on, we have Centro talking about the whole move relearner situation. So also, the move relearner only works for moves that the Pokemon knows in that game, won't let you recover event moves, so it's kind of useless. Is there any code related reason that they'll bring or that they can't bring or remember moves from other games? Some moves no longer exist, though it's mainly a balanced decision. So let's say, for example, I want a Durant that knows Hone Claws in Generation 8 or beyond, which is which I lost since Home Claws wasn't a TM after Generation 7, would be unable to learn that with Home's move reminder. It will be able to remind it in games it learns it normally, as simple as that. So again, hopefully that kind of explains a lot of the kind of move situation that we kind of have going on and stuff. We also have this from Joe American Riddler Coup talking about it. So had a few people in my mentions talking about event moves being deleted. I mean, event moves are kind of one of the main things that people are worried about, because the whole event Pokemon, like these event moves are unique to this Pokemon. Like the whole thing is, obviously they're in a Cherish Ball as well. They might have a specific ability or something, but like Pikachu, like with Surf or something, you know, just certain event Pokemon where these moves, the whole point of them being so unique is because they have these moves they can't usually learn, and then just to lose that and stuff. Obviously they don't technically lose it because Home kind of retains that information, but you won't be able to put that event Pokemon in to like newer games and stuff and them have those event moves. Had a few people in my mentions talking about event moves being deleted. This is not the case, as I demonstrate here with my Generation 4 event Arceus, which I put into Legends and then Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The moves are still there, just not usable right now, which sucks, but they're at least there. So it's not like it just completely forgets the event moves. So if you send it back, obviously it'll still know the moves and stuff. The thing is, if the Pokemon is available in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you can still use these moves, but for Pokemon who are not available in Sword and Shield, now their special moves are banned. So that's kind of the whole move situation. Hopefully it's explained a little bit more in a little bit more detail and stuff. You never know, maybe they update it going into the future and stuff. It's unlikely, but yeah, your event mons, don't worry, they won't lose their moves. They will retain them in Pokemon Home. It's just a shame that they won't be able to use those moves in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet if like the move is available in that game. Moving on, we have this from Jerry America as well. Had people ask how to get the move teaching in Pokemon Home. Basically, it only appears when you move a Pokemon from Pokemon Home into the desired game. When you do, you can then make it remember moves in its learn set / memory from that game and just that game. You can tell which ones by the icon. Would I be able to move a Pokemon into Pokemon Home, then back into the game to be able to change a native Scarlet and Violet mon's moves? Yes. I was wondering about that. Did I make a mistake not having some Pokemon relearn moves before moving to Scarlet and Violet, saving and quitting from Home? Now you can put them in Home and back into Scarlet and Violet to do it. So that's how you do it. Just a quick follow-up to some extra details for the Pokemon Home update. I'm recording this the day after, but we have Joe Merrick here tweeting out saying, right, I may have confused the situation by saying the wrong game earlier, so here's a move example for the move situation. So I've got a Toxapex here with Scold in Pokemon Sword and Shield. I put it over to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and went to relearn moves. Scold is not one of the moves it can learn in Scarlet and Violet, so it isn't there. So that's just kind of like I guess just a majority example of the whole kind of move fiasco that we've got going on. Also, there's been another Pokemon Home bug as well that people have been reporting. It's this one here where if you log in, just everything's gone. But luckily there is a quick fix. So if this is happening to you, just do this. So we have Joe Merrick also tweeting here saying, okay, so if you get this error on Home on mobile, go back to the title screen and clear the cache in the options there. It should resolve it. Don't worry, your Pokemon are there. So yeah, if you go into Pokemon Home on your mobile and all your Pokemon are gone and it's coming up with this like screen and stuff with unselect all over the number, yeah, just go to the home screen, just clear the cache and then go back on and it should solve everything. So I just wanted to quickly include a couple of extra things that have popped up after I recorded the video. That's all the move stuff. Moving on, we have this here from Central Leaks, which I'm not completely agreeing with. So basically, if you didn't see the data mines for Pokemon Home, there was this whole like Spidops form that potentially could be getting a sort of DLC form or like alternate form or maybe a Terra form or something like that. But we have Central Leaks here saying, by the way, there's not a single hint in the home data about future DLC content. They scrubbed it real good. There's leftover data from changes while Pokemon Scarlet and Violet was still in development, like a scrapped Spidops form, but in our opinion, nothing related to the DLC. So if you've seen this tweet, it doesn't confirm that like this Spidops isn't going to get a new form, because they just say in our opinion. Like, this is just Central Leaks again, who doesn't have inside information really. They may have a source about Pokemon Home who obviously told them all the information about this Pokemon Home update prior to the actual update, but in terms of like this new form and stuff, like, it's just their opinion. It's just the exact same as like my opinion, your opinion, their opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, so this doesn't mean obviously, because it's quite a big account, people might see this tweet and be like, oh, that means that it's not a Spidops form. But it is literally just their opinion. It doesn't mean that that we aren't getting a Spidops form in the DLC. You know, and we have Soul Silver right here saying, you know, wait out what a cut Spidops form. There's an egg placeholder with its number on it after its model, so there could have been or could be a form. So I just wanted to quickly put that in as well, because obviously with this being quite a big account, it might confuse people to think that it's definitely not happening. Again, it could not happen. We might not get this Spidops form. Again, I'm not a massive fan of Spidops myself. I'm not really too bothered if it does or doesn't get a form. Yeah, this doesn't confirm that it's not getting a form, basically. So that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. It's trying to hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything that we covered in today's video, the whole move situation. Hopefully that kind of helps out a little bit now, and also let me know your thoughts on everything else that we covered in today's video. If you enjoyed, like I say, drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.